Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. Took some of the brightness out. I appreciate you tuning in. You know the deal. Let's do what we do for you. I'm here. Right here from 25 Rules to Live By. Storytelling, story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. I got a nice little something for you today. Let's go. Right Thinkers mission, and yeah, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is to get all right thinkers to know thyself with the information that I give you should make that happen for you. That's how I got it. I'm going to take you back to the original concepts. But I call this book my Bible. Okay. But we're about to get into some good stuff today. So my mind, my mission, and that's what I'm on, is to get the information so that you can get it like I did, use it like I did, and know thyself like I did. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but it's getting more prevalent now because people are starting to question, and that's a good thing. All right, got you thinking. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Help you to know you. So let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got one for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons out of you, I think, is know thyself. Into my eye. Be true. I got some merchandise I can sell you now. I got the jackets. I got the hoodie. I'm gonna break out the sweatsuits next week. So I got merchandise for those who wanna, buy my right thing gear. I got it now. So information I give to you in a later date when I get it all together. So for donation, I got to get a page and whatever so I can send the money to. So I don't know the technical parts about that. So that's what's heading for. So be ready, prepared. So right now, I'm going to give you a lesson called right quick. It's called the forward of the second edition. This is the 10th anniversary of what I call my Bible. When I first started, I just found out that this is written, published. I've been reading this book, you see the tape here, since 1995. 205. Almost got 30 years doing this book. And I got to give you understanding this is the book that made a big difference for me. Got a whole lot of stuff, but this is my main one. So let me just break down. That's a page and a half of information, mainly from the author, telling you why he did what he did. It's called Forward the Second Edition, and it starts out with a hymn from the Siren Resurrection teachings. It says, Pet ta smoi. Pet is heaven. Ta is earth. Heaven and earth unite. Heaven, upper, earth, lower. See where we're going with this? It says, Pet ta smoi. Again, Pet ta smoi. Pet ta smoi. This is the opening prayer before you start your study and your lessons for this lesson. That's what they used to concept that they did, and that's the opening prayer. Okay, it's the hecker from the mystery teaching of the Siren Resurrection. So let's go. He's telling you, I would like to express my deepest appreciation for who have called and written to me in reference to the teachings of the Egyptian yoga. Since its first printing in 1995, I feel old. The book Egyptian Yoga, I called it my Bible. That's what it looked like in 1995. Okay, that's the original one. This is what it looks like now. I don't know if you get a clear picture of that. I can see some glare. Yeah, this is it. Alright. This is my book. Got a lot of stuff out this book. And you could too. If this book, if you really want to get into it, this is the book that you need. This is a good starter. Watch this. Now, since 1995, the Egyptian Yoga, the Philosophy of Enlightenment, it has grown in popularity, and it is what? Now available all over the world. When you get all over the world, you're doing some good stuff. Let's go. And watch this. It's soon to be published, listen to this, in Russia. They enlightened them in Russia. I ain't mad at you. So watch this. And also, it has spawned many other books. Currently, at this time back in there, he has 17. He's well up to 75 now. I got most of them, so I know. And watch this. Now, this explosion in writing came with as a result of what? Many calls doing what? Requesting more details and insights into the teaching that presented in this book, in this volume. I know just what you're talking about. Thus, almost every chapter, watch this, in this book has been expounded in separate volumes. Okay? Every chapter has its pretty much own book that it breaks down again. So, still Egyptian Yoga, the Philosophy of Enlightenment remains what? A landmark in the study of ancient Egyptian mystical religion. And they called it yoga spirituality. I call it right thinking philosophy. This is where I get it from. This is what I was learning it. After I did that almost 30 years ago, I just, tweaked a little bit, but let's go. Now, having studied Egyptology previously from what the traditional perspective, the teachings while integrating still remain what? As dry knowledge. Okay? I mean, it wasn't catching on. Unfathomable in their depths, like what? Like a thought that escapes the mind, understanding, or a memory that what? Defies remembrance. Can't get hold of it. And that what? It is possible to know all the facts about ancient Egyptian dynastic history. They lay it out for you. You can follow it. You can learn it. Watch this. Now you certainly can visit the temples again. Down the Nile River. Dr. Ben been doing it for years. Now my man Quasi does it. And now my man, the other guy, Forbidden Knowledge, is doing it. So it's a learning process. But here you go. Watch this. You can visit the temples and the sites in Egypt. But here's the kicker. What can this do for you? Everybody that Dr. Ben took on that trip, everybody that Ashra Quasi took on that trip came back changed person to a man and woman. Okay? That's what the trip would do for you. Watch this. Now, can the awe-inspiring tours lead you to what? Here you go. Inner peace and contentment? No. Can the intellectual knowledge lead you to discover how to go deep into the mysteries of the soul or to discover the nature of creation? No. The great success of Egyptian yoga is what? Is not that it has come as a new creation out of the thin air, but that through the application, here we go, this one right there can fix on, of traditional and spiritual principles known as yoga philosophy, aka Maya, a new light has been shed on the teachings, which now allows deeper comprehension is able to be understood. Watch this. Or not only what the teachings mean, but how to practice and use and implement them. In the light of yoga, the ancient Egyptian spiritual teachings take on an entirely new light, and as the teachings are studied, there you go, From the perspective of yoga, it now becomes clear that yoga mystical philosophy was first applied where? Ancient Egypt. And later, what happened? Emerged where? In India, our first cousins. And from there, what happened? It developed in other parts of the world as well. Hello. Everything comes from here. This new way, watch this, of looking at Shita Netta or Smatawi, aka Egyptian yoga, ancient Egyptian religion, and mystical philosophy. What happens? It allows the person to go beyond the study of ancient Egyptian religion from the standpoint of what? Just stories or monuments reflecting primitive and pagan beliefs or fables without any rhyme or reason or reality. They put it in stone. They call it the library in stone. Why? Because you can go back and see it. But that's not what's going to get you where you need to be. Studying it, living it, implementing it. That's what right there the philosophy does. That's where I got it from. Watch this now. With the correct what? Understanding and teaching of the universal principles upon which what? All mystical spirituality is constructed. Ancient Egyptian mystical religion emerges as what? A shining beacon of spiritual enlightenment because what emerged is the earliest known system of religion. This is why I understand religion purposely or personally, which what incorporates all the steps. There's steps to this thing, there's degrees to this thing again. Incorporate all the steps will what? Allow a person to develop from spiritual ignorance, meaning not knowing, to what? To self-knowledge, the best knowledge you can have. You have mythological, ritual, and mystical experiences, but without the experience, the self-knowledge is not there. You have to experience it for yourself. I can tell you about God till the cows come in. I can show you the glory and all that, but until you have your God moment, your experience, it means nothing. Trust me. So it's all about you. Ancient Egyptians, watch this, and across the board as a people, they lived this for thousands of years in peace and harmony. We ain't got 5 minutes of peace and harmony. It's just us. Moving on. The ancient Egyptians, the mystical religion, watch this, and yoga also emerged as what? As the common source of what? Modern day what? World spirituality since in ancient times over what? A period, you ready? Several thousand years. These principles were taught to the emerging civilizations of the ancient world, and since that time, what happened? The principles have been carried on in what? Various forms throughout history, again, throughout the world, represented something else, but it all come out of Egypt. Moving on. Wow, come on, I'm good. I'm almost home. Now, this is one of the great strengths of what? Of the Egyptian yoga philosophy. Why? Its teachings are universal, first thing, and its legacy can be traced to what? To the major spiritual traditions of the present. Even today, I'm telling you, my philosophy is from the ancient. It ain't new. It ain't mine. I just mastered it, modified it, and it still works today. That's my point. Universal. However, when the ancient Egyptian teachings are studied, watch this, with this new perspective, they shed new light upon all spiritual traditions, since the ancient Egyptians' perspective reflects a unique vision of spiritual life and the mystical essence of creation, becoming one with God by opening up the third eye, the pineal gland, getting it activated, and communing with God, as they say. Watch this, the success of the ancient Egyptian, watch this, society, not one person, The society came from the idea of what? Incorporating spiritual wisdom, not belief, spiritual wisdom into what? Every aspect of your life. Personal, professional, business, government, education, health, etc. You see what they're saying? I'm telling you, being God conscious is the same thing. Being prayed up, the same thing. Focus on God, one mind, same thing. When this no longer, and what this is the downfall, when this no longer became possible, what happened? Ancient Egypt and culture succumbed to what? You ready? The ravages of greed, egoism, ignorance, and the winds of time. Okay? Does this sound familiar? We're heading down that same path. That same path of destruction. We're in, as my grandmother would say, we heading to hell in the handbasket, and ain't nobody trying to stop it. In the words of Gil Scott Heron, the world on the edge of your seat, the feet on the horizon. Very surprising. We all can see the plot. Clay, we could not. Okay, moving on. Let me wrap this up. So watch this. This is one of the strengths. Okay, can there be? Here you go. Can there be anything more timely than what? Than a recapturing, coming conscious of that which what gives life true meaning and leads to what? Peace and prosperity. Righteous, virtuous living. For those who do that, we know that. For those who don't have a clue about that. That's the problem. And watch this. We should not desire to return. I ain't trying to go back to ancient times. No. But we don't have the desire to return to ancient times, but what? We could certainly can aspire to discover what? The truth which leads to what? Supreme peace, as they did it in ancient times. This is why I went to Egypt, to get just that. The concepts, the views, the concepts of living right, becoming one with God, spiritual knowledge, becoming enlightened, reaching Nihas. I went there. That's what I got. That's what I mastered. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It still works today. Watch this. Now, you need to reach supreme peace, contentment, abiding happiness, and most important, spiritual enlightenment, which one supports the most magnificent civilization that there is in any record in history. We hold that title. If the mysteries of life were discovered again and used in the past, should it not be possible to discover and apply them to the day? Stop right there. I just told you that's what I did. Sorry, but I'm busting at the seams because, yeah, it's possible. The truth allowed ancient Egyptian civilizations to what? To exist for what? Thousands of years where and to create a philosophy and architecture which is unsurpassed even today, can be learned and experienced and what? Applied in modern time. That's your right thing of philosophy in a nutshell. I got you. Trust me. And watch this. This is only possible. Why? Because the same principles, Mayat, which we are looking for today in all the wrong places, are the same ones which have what? Existed since the beginning of time, and are the same ones which what? The ancient Egyptian sages and saints had discovered and wrote about, passed it on. I went and got them off the pyramids. So therefore, there is no need to create, listen, there is no need to create a new belief system. For what? Or philosophy, which will what? Lead to more what? Confusion. And even more misunderstandings. But, however, I'm almost done. Correct understanding, right thinking philosophy is the key of your spiritual principles by which what? The ancients lived, and is the key to what? comprehending the teachings in which modern man can still reenact and live to this day. Wrapping it up. The 43rd ancient Egyptian hymn to our men, it says, Thou art Tamu, who does create beings endowed with what? Reason. He gave us consciousness. The animals don't have this. Thou makest the color of the skin. Here you go. Of one race to be different from the another. But however, there you my word, many may be what? Varieties of mankind, and that's fine. But it is thou that makest them all to live. Meaning the spirit. It doesn't make a difference what your color. It's the spirit that makes all of us one. Wrapping it up. Now, all that is necessary to achieve right thinking philosophy mastery, true understanding is to what? Listen, study of the religion and spirituality, which within what? An open, objective mind, and with what? Those teachers who have discovered, and I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about because I did it, the universality of what? All life. I know the secrets, okay? And of all creation, I know the secrets again. This is the true legacy, which what? Which the great teachers went of the ancient Africa, starting with Asar, Aset, Ptah, Hotep, Imhotep, and watch this, many others. It ain't just one, it's many others have what? Bequeathed to humanity. We giving you something worth something. Take it, use it, and appreciate it. But if you have what? An honest, here you go, right thinkers, an honest desire to understand and the desire and effort to practice my teachings, aka right thinking philosophy of the Egyptian yoga, which that's what it is, there will become what? Effective where? In your life on a day-to-day basis. What you learn previously about ancient Egyptian mythology, religion, and all which might have what seemed as mysterious, mystical knowledge will what? Fall into place as you grow what? In knowledge and experience. Also, your previous religious training will as well, what's this? Come into clear view. Why? When you see that it is part of the great plan of the ancient sages who what? Created the myths, and the mystical philosophy to what? Assist human beings what? To discovering the ultimate object and the greatest destiny, which is what? To know thyself. May you discover the philosophy which leads to what? Harmony, peace, prosperity, and again, my favorite, spiritual enlightenment. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to take it down because I'm moving on to another lesson. I'll be back. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never knew that right thinkers like you passed away. Got that from my man Frankie Crocker.